Hey superfans, it's your friendly neighborhood host, Maria Timonina. Welcome to the Super Into It podcast, a show about people and their passions. Check us out online at my website, mariatimonina.com, or on Instagram at Maria_Timonina. Special thanks to the marvelous Veronica Gruba for her sound engineering magic, and my grandparents, Joanne and Gramps, for being my #1 fans. If you'd like to support the show, please rate and review us on iTunes. Now let's get into it.
Same.
Same. Absolutely. Just a little child screaming in the background, no big deal. So I'm here with Chops Bailey. Hey, Chops.
Hey.
And I'll probably have a visual because when I post on Instagram or whatever, but like Chops also has amazing mutton chops. So I just want everyone to know that about Chops.
Yeah, just picture Wolverine, but with a big stupid cowboy mustache added on top of it.
And I have to say, because it's my favorite anecdote you shared with me already, he's wearing a shirt that says Born to be Wild with the head of a cheetah on it. Cheetah?
I think?
Yeah, a cheetah. And there is a googly eye on the cheetah. So basically Chops is the coolest, is what I'm trying to say.
It says Born to be Wild.
Born to be wild.
The googly eye is how you know how wild it is.
Indeed. So Chops is an actor, a dad, and a fitness enthusiast. So Chops, let me ask you, what are you super into?
I'm super into the post-apocalypse, as depressing as that sounds.
Yes. Hey, I'm here for it. I'm ready. I'm nihilistic as they come. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So what about the post-apocalypse here? Because there's a lot. There's a lot already.
Oh, absolutely.
With this conversation we can go, but where do you want to start?
Wasteland Weekend's a good place to start.
Okay.
It's not a real post-apocalypse, it's a cinematic post-apocalypse, which is way more fun.
Okay. So I'm not even that familiar with Wasteland Weekend. Will you tell me all about it?
Absolutely. Imagine, I don't want to say a little bit like Burning Man because it gets compared to that an awful lot.
Okay. But we don't like that comparison, or we do like it?
It's an apt comparison.
Okay.
People who are into Wasteland sometimes bristle a little bit at it because they're like, we're not burner. It's fine. It's very similar. It's a lot of people in the desert.
So they're all very competitive.
Yes.
Which I appreciate.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's essentially just a celebration of the post-apocalypse in the middle of the Mojave Desert for 5 days.
Like a music festival?
There is music. It's a lot of it's costuming, it's vehicles.
Okay.
It's whatever your favorite kind of debauchery is.
Yeah.
A lot of dodgy homebrew and
Oh God.
and people who've built their cars into insane things.
Yeah. But here's my question. So when we talk about the apocalypse in general, there are so many different theories, but it feels like, because you've told me about Wasteland a little bit before. It feels like Wasteland, especially being set in the desert, is the Mad Max version of
Absolutely,
it. Because there's so many directions we can go, but like if we're talking desert, I mean, come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's more Mad Max than The Road.
Yeah.
I'm imagining a festival based on The Road, and it's just a bunch of depressing people dressed up dressed like homeless people pushing around shopping carts. Not a lot of fun.
No, I wouldn't pay money for that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so people are getting wasted at Wasteland Weekend on this homebrew and
a lot of
just
people
kind of
are,
running
yeah.
around. And what else do you do there?
Yeah. You know what everyone spends the whole rest of the year building things for Wasteland. Cars mostly.
Okay.
I've got a friend who took a classic Mustang. Mustang people are going to love this. He took a classic 60s Mustang and he mounted the entire thing on a Bronco chassis. So it's a big 4-wheel drive off-road Mustang with a machine gun on the hood and tailpipes going everywhere.
An actual machine gun?
Fake.
Fake machine gun.
It looks very realistic.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can still drive the vehicle?
Oh, he drives it to work every day.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not even joking.
Where does he live?
Burbank.
And also, what does he do for a living? That they'll just let him do this without like calling the police.
Oh, he's a prop guy.
Oh my God.
Of course he is.
Okay, well that's on brand.
Yes, absolutely.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, it's all fully street legal, but it looks like he's just come out of a war zone.
I love that. I love when guys say the phrase street legal, because that's like
Yeah.
It's like a real subculture I'm not very attuned to, and I'm happy to not be. But I'm very happy for your friend. That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. He was an inspiration. He was there at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And he's inspired so many other really insane creations.
Yeah.
I don't personally have a garage where I could do that. I did it in my own little way.
Yeah.
I took I liked Waterworld. God help me. I loved Waterworld. I thought it was great. Kevin Costner, good job on that one.
Oh, yes, Kevin Costner.
So I took, someone gave me a broken jet ski.
Okay.
And I hollowed it out, pulled out the motor, took a saw and sawed out the bottom of it, and I mounted it onto a scooter, like a Honda scooter.
Oh my God.
And so now it's a fully street legal jet ski that you can just drive around town.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh my God.
It's insane.
Why have I never seen this?
It's one of those early stand-up jet skis.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, legally speaking, have a seat.
What?
Or practically speaking, you have to kneel in the thing to drive it around.
How does that feel compared to, well, riding a regular motorcycle? You're seated, you got your handlebars, and it feels normal except like the thing between your legs is like shaking you.
Except for that, yes.
Except for that. So what, so you're what do you mean kneeling?
You have to kneel inside. It's one of those little tiny Kawasaki's from the early 80s where you have to basically, you kneel in it, and then when you get up to speed, you stand up, and the handlebars are on a hinged thing that goes up so you can...
What?
So it doesn't have a seat. You can either straddle the entire thing, which means your legs are spread entirely too far apart, or you can ride it in a kneeling or standing position, which is ridiculous and impractical. And if you're going more than a couple of miles, it's not very comfortable.
Yeah, that sounds horrifying.
But people love it. You stop at a stoplight and everyone around you just goes, what in the hell are you doing, and what is that?
I feel like between you and your friend with the tricked out Mustang, you guys caused probably 10% of the car accidents in Los Angeles. Easily.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just trying to make people happy. They're in traffic, and I just zoom by, and they're like, "Oh, I'm stuck in traffic." Was that a jet ski? I think that's a jet ski I just saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make me happy.
So, yeah, I can't build a car, but I built a stupid little jet ski, and I drive it around the desert once a year.
That's amazing. Do people make art installations for Wasteland Weekend like they do with Burning Man?
They do. It's just more specifically focused art. It's not. It's never really art for art's sake. It's art that's pretending to be something you would see in a fictional post-apocalypse. Oh. Like the gates at Wasteland Weekend. I'm part of the build crew, build and tear down, and we built these big giant rusted gates that have Wasteland Wasteland spelled out in giant rusty letters.
That's so cool.
And it's taken us years and years of effort to build just the front gates. And there's a Thunderdome. I don't know if you ever saw Beyond Thunderdome.
I know. What is that?
It was the third Mad Max movie, and it was not very good. But Tina Turner was in it.
Of course.
And there was a giant dome where people fought to the death.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's at Wasteland Weekend?
Yeah.
How did you guys... It's in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
How did you even... How?
There's a group called the Death Guild.
Okay.
And they're
I'm
actually...
scared.
Yes.
Are they listening now?
They're originally from Burning Man. They've brought their Thunderdome to Burning Man for years and years.
Yeah.
And when we started doing our thing, they were like, well, this is an obvious thing to bring the Thunderdome to.
Yeah.
So they bring the Thunderdome, and we hang people... They hook people up to harnesses and hang them from bungees from the ceiling. What? And they give them foam bats.
Oh my God.
And they just beat each other silly with big foam bats.
That's hilarious. How far off the ground are you when you're in the harness?
Inches.
Okay, great.
I think the point of the harness is to keep you from being able to really grab the ground with your feet. So you can't really get a purchase on the ground, so you can't really hit the other person that hard.
Yeah.
So you're just sort of barely touching the ground, whacking each other with foam bats. But everyone looks like they're ready for war. Everyone's wearing helmets and things that look jagged and covered in rust. And
oh my God.
But they're just smacking each other with foam bats.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Can you kick? I feel like I'd kick if I was in that scenario.
I feel like you probably could.
Okay. Because I feel like you could, if you can get it swinging, and like get that body weight. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little
in theory,
more.
you could. They've got the harnesses set up in such a way that almost every movement you do makes you go in the complete wrong direction.
Oh, really?
It's great.
How do you mechanically set that up?
I have no idea.
It just happens.
No idea.
It's the magic of Wasteland.
They've got you suspended from your center of gravity, so if you kick too hard, you'll accidentally flip yourself over.
Oh my God.
You'll probably miss the other person, flip yourself over, and just look really silly.
That sounds amazing.
I've actually never fought in the dome.
Why not?
I don't know.
It just doesn't, you don't get to it?
There's so many other things to see and to do that I waiting in line for the Thunderdome has always been sort of a secondary priority.
Yeah.
But right next to the Thunderdome, we've got a bar. It's called the Atomic Cafe, and it's a little bar built entirely out of car parts.
What?
And the drinks are all free. They're donated. Everyone comes to Wasteland. You bring some booze for me. You bring some booze for the cafe, and you donate it to the cafe. And they serve drinks to 4,000 people for 5 days. And at the end, there's still enough left to get an army drunk.
Wow.
That ends up getting the build and tear down crew drunker later on.
Yeah, so I guess by the time you're done tearing down, there's no more alcohol left, huh?
You know what? There's still an amazing amount left.
Really?
Yeah. Every day we designate one bottle OSHA. And we put a little reflective vest on OSHA, and we have periodic OSHA meetings where everyone shows up for the safety meeting, and we pass around the bottle.
Is that a direct reference to the cult leader?
No.
Oh my God.
It's a reference to OSHA, the organization that makes all of our workplaces safe.
Oh my God. Okay, well that makes a lot more sense. Because isn't there Wild Country? Isn't that what they call him? Country. Am I hallucinating?
You're not wrong. I think that is what they called him.
Oh my God.
In retrospect.
In my mind, I'm just going to pretend that's what you guys are referencing when you do that, because that makes me happy.
I love it.
That's wild.
We are kind of a big weird cult.
Yeah. So were you part of kind of the originating team for Wasteland Weekend? I mean, you're very deeply integrated into this community, it sounds like.
I have become. It's not that I'm even doing anything outstanding. I've just been there since 2010, the first year.
Oh, cool.
So I've just been there as long as anyone. Yeah. So it's bizarre living in a world where everyone recognizes me.
Yeah.
Because no one recognizes me in LA.
Aw, yeah. Fun. There's a lot of people in LA, though, to be
there
fair.
Are a lot.
I mean, I could be in the same room as an A-list celebrity and just be like, I have no idea.
That's not an A-list celebrity. It's probably just his body double.
Yeah, exactly. His stand-in. Yeah. Well, that's really cool. I mean, and what I've heard about Burning Man communities and it sounds like the similar culture at Wasteland Weekend, like people seem to just be awesome.
Oh, they're great.
Who do these things. Like the generosity that you were describing with like just bringing alcohol and there's too much. I mean,
there's always too much booze.
That's
it's amazing.
Lovely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just like what that means about the people who go there, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like some people maybe don't go because it looks intimidating.
Yeah,
everyone looks like they're dressed to get in a fight.
Yeah,
but you show up and that guy who's dressed to get in a fight goes, "Hey, you," and you're like, "Oh no, am I in trouble?" And he goes, "Come over here, we've got barbecue."
Yeah,
it's that kind of atmosphere.
So, is it just like a bunch of adults cosplaying?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, they like to pretend that they're not cosplayers.
Oh my God.
It's amazing.
No.
Like there's a lot of like I love it. They're just like, we're not cosplayers, we're Wastelanders. Like I get it, but
my God.
You're cosplaying a desert movie. You're pretending to be some sort of warrior in the middle of the desert, and you're in denial about being a cosplayer. It's just really dirty cosplay.
Yeah. I love how there's like ego involved. Meanwhile, they're like in bungee harnesses trying to hit each other with foam bats. Like, that's spectacular.
Oh, it's great. But we find our ways to compete in ways that are still friendly. There's a homebrew competition.
Yeah.
Everyone makes their own. Like, there's on the one end of the scale, you've got the guy who brings 10 gallons of homemade mead.
Oh,
he spent the last 2 years brewing it. I mean, some of it's got blackberries in it, and some of it's got exotic herbs and spices.
Yeah.
And on the other end, you've got me. I brew apple wine in my garage.
That's so cool.
In Home Depot buckets.
That's amazing. Have you ever placed?
Oh God, no. No, my stuff turns out great, but it's definitely low budget.
Sure.
And I wouldn't want to beat the guy who's spent 2 years brewing mead. I spent exactly 1 month making that apple wine.
Yeah.
It's fine, but it's not 2 years of mead.
How do you just make apple wine?
It's actually apple juice. The crappiest store-bought apple juice you can find.
Okay, so not like the ones that come in the glass apple-shaped bottles. Like I love that stuff.
You know, I tried that once. It turns out exactly the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's great. It's literally just apple juice, wine yeast, and dextrose, which is just a kind of sugar.
Yeah.
And the yeast just eat up that dextrose, and they turn the apple juice into booze.
Wow.
It's kind of outstanding.
That's amazing. I know. I have some older family members who used to do like moonshine and stuff and like bury it in the fields, you know? So I like the like...
that's real moonshine.
Yeah, like real, like they have to dig it. I like remember my great grandpa, bless him, I remember he had this story about like getting in trouble because he'd like be out in the field with a shovel trying to remember like where he put it last time before it snowed or whatever and like trying to find it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
This is like Russian farmer homebrew?
No, this is my step family, Western Pennsylvania.
Oh, Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah. And my lovely grandparents, Joanna and Gramps, as I call them, love you guys. Hey, they're some of my biggest fans. The rest of you need to catch up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like great grandpa told me that. But yeah, I love that idea for the apocalypse in general because like I'm so into apocalypse like TV, film, like the more the merrier.
What's your favorite?
Oh God.
Walking Dead?
You know, okay, so here's my thing. Not great with gore.
Yeah.
Walking Dead, they love it.
Yeah.
They love the gore.
My wife hates the gore and I'm kind of iffy on it myself.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, I like violence, but sometimes if there's too much meat flying around, sometimes it's a little much.
Yeah, I have to agree. Would you say Mad Max is your favorite?
Yeah, probably.
The old one or the new one?
That's tough. They're both great. I think Road Warrior, the second Mad Max, was probably the best one. Yeah. Fury Road had better cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't really get through. I had to watch Mad Max for an Australian cinema class I took.
Oh.
Yeah, and the old one, and I just couldn't get through it.
It's a little slow, the first one.
It's a little slow, and there's some like problematic things that like no one talks about in it that just happen in the background that are quite disturbing.
Interesting. Like what?
Oh, just like a rape. Someone just gets raped, and it's in the background, and I was just like, this is horrifying. Like I get that these people are bad, but like, can you give me a break? Because I thought my perception was like, yeah, it's an action film and it's cool and they're shooting, but I didn't think like it would be god awful.
Yeah. Like you can make violence entertaining. Rape, not so much.
No.
Rape is never entertaining.
I'm sure they didn't put it in there to be entertaining. Like, I don't think anyone's that horrific who created the movie. I just guess that, I wasn't expecting it. And just like background rape is like never fun. Surprise background rape.
Surprise background rape is a phrase I never thought I'd ever hear. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I feel bad that I'm laughing about it.
I know. It's so terrible. Oh. But then they turned around and were like, hey, we realized that we were super sexist and like, here's new Mad Max. Sorry about that. So I think they accomplished what they set out to do with their whole like making it more feminist. Yeah. And,
absolutely. I love the new one. I love how much it was Charlize and how much of it was not Max. I don't even think he spoke for the first half of the movie.
Yeah.
It was great. I would watch more movies with her character.
Yeah. Other than that, though, I mean.
So you didn't see the second one, though.
So I didn't see the second one.
Interesting.
Is it as slow?
No, it's much faster.
Okay, well, maybe I'd consider.
Yeah. Also, it's funny, between the first and the second one, you could argue the first one isn't even explicitly post-apocalyptic. No one really says anything about an apocalypse, to my recollection. Like, they're driving around with a family in like a station wagon. That doesn't feel very... Like, the second movie is all assless chaps and mohawks and people riding around in feral gangs stealing gas from each other.
Yeah.
The first movie, Max has a kid and a wife in a station wagon. And when the tire breaks, he actually takes it to a shop to get the tire fixed. That doesn't feel very...
It feels like a tree falling in the woods, because it's like... If it looks like an apocalypse, but no one says it's an apocalypse, it isn't an apocalypse.
Yeah. Also, the police chief doesn't wear shirts.
Oh, yeah?
No one says anything about it.
I didn't even realize that. That's hilarious.
We've got ties, but no shirts.
That's
Wasn't he wearing a tie?
I honestly can't remember.
It's been a while. For some reason in my head I've got a picture of this guy who's wearing a tie but no shirt.
Yeah. That's so great. I want someone to cosplay as that at Wasteland Weekend.
You know what? I don't think I've ever seen anyone dressed as him.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Because it's just so random. I love the random cosplays. Those are my favorite.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get a little out there sometimes at Wasteland. Like people find these really obscure other movies and they'll come dressed as a Six-String Samurai. Have you seen it?
No.
It's a post-apocalyptic movie starring some guy named Buddy who has a six-string guitar and a samurai sword.
Okay.
And he looks kind of like Buddy Holly.
Okay.
But it's a musical.
Well, of course it is. Yeah, that sounds like a musical.
Yeah. It features a band called the Red Elvises. A Russian surf rock band.
What?
Yeah.
Why don't I just constantly play music from the Red Elvises in my daily life? That sounds amazing.
They're great.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Do people cosplay as the Red Elvises?
I haven't seen them yet. I would love to have them actually play at Wasteland.
Could you imagine? Oh, that'd be great.
I would actually see that.
We need your director of programming to
I'm in it.
Get on this.
Yeah. The music at Wasteland, oddly enough, I give them grief sometimes.
Do you?
Like, there's a lot of, like, metal and industrial and goth music, and I'm like, none of this is post-apocalyptic, guys. I guess the theme of, like, loud things and violence, I get it, but, like, in a world where electricity is scarce, you're not going to really have any giant amplifiers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, but no one's going to come to the big stage to see a guy playing a didgeridoo. So I get it. I get why it's like that.
Yeah. Do people I feel like I would get into arguments with people about how I picture post-apocalyptic world to look like, given like, like different recent events. So like, do people get really crazy about their theories?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What are some of the best theories you've heard?
Oh God. Like theories about the actual apocalypse?
I guess, or just like things you've seen happen there. At Wasteland.
I'm not sure if I don't think I've witnessed a lot of fights about like why the actual apocalypse is coming. It's mostly a lot of fights about whether or not someone's costume is post-apocalyptic.
Oh my God.
Like, because there's always that one guy who shows up in a Deadpool costume and has to be told that like Deadpool, it's not Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Like Deadpool doesn't really fit in. You got to go put on something else, guy.
Well, wait a minute though. I think an argument can be made respectfully, but
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
I want to hear it. I love
do
this.
we just have to neglect all of our pop culture faves in the apocalypse? Do I not get to love things I used to love before the world ended? Like, do I just give that up completely? I mean, if you think about it, wouldn't a Deadpool costume in the apocalypse be that much more valuable? Because I assume everything else has been like looted or destroyed in fires or just like abolished by atomic bombs. So like, this is scarcity. Like, you no longer have people producing this to make a profit. Am I not right?
You're not wrong. Yeah, no, I think that is the crux of a lot of the arguments.
Yeah.
Is like what's authentically post-apocalyptic and what's cinematically post-apocalyptic.
Okay.
Like, for example, they haven't banned jeans.
Uh-huh.
Because in a real post-apocalypse, everyone's going to be wearing jeans. That's the only piece of clothing sturdy enough to hold up to an apocalypse.
Well, not the way they make
them
anymore. But when you
get 4,000 people wearing jeans, it's a little too low effort.
Yes.
It's not a costume. And
yes.
so,
I can see that.
God help you if you show up in, like, jeans that are not at least ripped up and covered in fake blood and dirt. Like,
oh, God.
People will be like, what are you doing, man?
What are you doing, man?
You just paid $200 to show up at a desert cosplay event and you're wearing Levi's.
Oh,
like,
my
come
God.
on. Even though they're realistic.
Yeah.
They're absolutely realistic for post-apocalypse, but you wouldn't see them in Fury Road.
Well, how many days is the event?
5 days.
It's 5 days?
Yeah. It started out just a weekend, and now the name gets more and more ironic with every year.
Yeah.
It's not really a weekend. It's like what is it, Thursday through Sunday? Is it Friday, Saturday? No, I guess it's Wednesday through Sunday now.
Yeah.
For me, it's more like a 10-day event because I'm build and tear down, so I show up early and I leave late.
Yeah.
And it's even more fun for me.
Yeah.
I get to stay after.
But I mean, doing it for a whole week, it's like, do you do a different costume every day? Like, what? I just don't understand the mechanics of like, how do you? It seems a lot to prepare. It seems super fun, but a lot to prepare for.
You know, that's a lot of people would agree. It's I like to do it low effort. For me, the apocalypse you don't get to prepare for it. That's the whole fun of it. You get to throw together your costume out of whatever you had sitting around.
Yeah.
You make your costume out of stuff you find in the garage.
Yeah.
And stuff you manage to scavenge.
Yeah.
And you build it out of hot glue and rivets.
Oh my God.
And then, but you don't really, no one tells you the apocalypse is coming. So like, if it's a little too polished, a little too clean, a little too perfect, it doesn't feel authentic to me. So I've got a bunch of old military surplus garbage.
Oh yeah, you just have that lying around.
Some of it.
Oh my God.
There's a military surplus place near south of downtown that has they throw events and they've got a big dollar pile.
What?
So you can just paw through the dollar pile and pick stuff out.
Yeah, that is something weird about Los Angeles I've noticed here. I haven't really seen maybe one place in Boston, but there are a lot of military surplus stores just there. Like there's a giant one in the middle of Hollywood. I think, isn't it like it's a bright colored building. And it's just there and it's taking up so much of this whole block.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder like how many people are really going in there regularly. Every time I go past, I'm just like, I'm in my car, like straining my neck to see if someone's coming in or out and I don't see it.
I've never even been to that
Is it
one.
A government funded thing?
I have no idea. I don't think it is.
Well,
I think most of the stores these days, it feels like a third of it's actual military surplus and the rest of it's like paintball equipment and camping gear.
Okay, all right.
So
that's fair enough, I guess. But also like Dick's Sporting Goods. I don't know.
Yeah. Is there one of those around here?
Yeah, by the Walmart in Burbank, Glendale area.
Oh.
Burbank.
I had no idea.
There's a lot of great, and there's actually parking, so it's really nice.
Oh, having parking. How novel.
I know, right?
I have no idea what that's like.
Yeah. Yeah. Parking wouldn't be a problem in the apocalypse, though.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
Everyone's dead. We're all in the desert, inexplicably. We've decided to choose to live in the middle of the desert. I assume because everything else is radioactive.
Yeah.
But you can put your car wherever the hell you like.
I feel like, well, here's the thing, though. Because we can't plan when the apocalypse is happening, I feel like it's probably going to happen during rush hour because it's mostly rush hour all the time in LA. Like, even when you don't think it's going to be, it is.
Yeah.
Because rush hour is like
24 rush hours a day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that means that, let's say just like, boom, shit's happening, people die. And so all the cars are still left on the highways, like in this. So you're not really getting around all the cars that are still there. And a lot of them are probably still taking up the best parking spots on the streets because that's where they were before, right? Because like when you get a good parking spot, you fucking Uber to work if you need to after. Yeah, you just like leave your car.
I've got the spot. I'm going to leave my car here forever.
Yeah, I've definitely done that at least once just because I've been like, you know what? Me possibly getting a parking ticket by moving it over there for one night, I'm just going to Uber. That's fine.
Yeah. I've definitely spent a half an hour looking for parking in this neighborhood before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And this is one of the better ones, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Guys, Los Feliz is where it's at. I'm telling you right now.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So when you go to Wasteland weekend, you go with your wife?
I do now.
I do now.
I do now. She is an avid indoorsman.
Okay.
I
can relate.
She's very pale and Irish, and the sun does not like her.
Oh God, yeah.
And so it's a testament to how much she inexplicably loves me that she would come out to a thing in the middle of the desert and voluntarily get that dirty.
Oh, that's super cute. Do you do couples apocalypse costumes?
You know, we've never been organized enough to actually.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes I'll steal her dress and wear it.
Amazing.
It's an apocalypse. Like, no one's going to tell you can't wear a dress.
Yeah, I don't really think we can be pretty strict about our gender norms in the apocalypse.
No. And also, dresses are awesome.
Yeah.
No one told me how comfortable they are.
Yeah, sometimes they can be. I'll give you that.
No, obviously, some of them are obviously not at all. All my dresses have pockets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, you've had like the primo dress experience, it sounds like. You've got
absolutely.
the best of the best.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. Where are these dresses? Where are you and your wife getting them?
Oh, they're Molly's dresses. She loves, she's got one of those, she's got the iPhone Giant, whichever one's huge.
X or whatever.
I mean, it's not one of the
Just
newest.
a big one.
It's one of the very big ones from a few years ago, and so you need big pockets. So
okay.
She buys dresses with pockets.
So she has to like form her wardrobe around her phone now.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot.
But the beauty is we're the same height, so I can mostly wear all of her dresses.
Oh my God, stop.
We wear this. She steals my pants constantly, and I steal her dresses on the regular.
Oh my God. So you've talked about being dirty a lot too. Mm-hmm. So no showering in the desert? Like, what is the hygiene deal?
Oh, man.
Because like now you've got me considering going, but again, avid endorsement.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So
there's ways to get a shower.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there is a place maybe 10 miles down the road where you can get a good shower.
Yeah.
So if you need to, you can leave the event, go take a shower, come right back. Also, there's this old guy, and I don't know his name, but he brings like 1,000 gallons of water and a big old solar rig on his truck, and he offers people showers.
With a little camera on the inside.
I think he pretends that he's like a weird creeper who's going to watch you shower. But then he isn't. You just go, could I have a shower? And he goes, yeah, absolutely. Take your time. And then you just have a nice private shower that doesn't have any cameras or creepers.
Or just like a little pinhole.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not that I would mind, but yeah, absolutely. That guy gives out showers the entire time, and people love him as soon as they realize he's not an actual creeper. I think he's cosplaying as a creeper.
Yeah, that's his post-apocalyptic character.
That's his thing.
Because creepers exist.
Creepers absolutely
They're
exist.
always going to exist, unfortunately.
Oh, they're going to survive.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Creepers and cockroaches.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Roaches.
No. I can't. Let's not, please. I can't. I really can't. I had to deal with them at a point, and I can't. I'm done. So as a newbie to possibly going to Wasteland Weekend at some point in my life, how would I prepare? Emotionally, physically, what would I bring? Like, how does one just like kind of go and do it? Because it's a large experience. If I don't have like a spouse or someone to bring with me, or like even a buddy who's willing to do this, so I'm coming alone. So like, what would you say to people who want to do that?
They've got a Facebook group. It's called Wastelander Central.
Okay.
You can go on there and you can ask for tips. They actually have YouTube videos that people have put together.
Oh my gosh.
Like Wasteland Boot Camp. Like
yes.
What to do if you don't know what you're doing, what to bring. You bring all the trick is you bring enough water, you bring way too much water, and you bring way too much booze. And whatever you didn't bring, you can trade water and booze for them.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's great. People will just give you things.
Yeah.
You just go, I feel like I'm missing something here in my costume. And somebody will pull a thing out of their pocket and go, strap this to yourself. Yeah. It's amazing.
So what's the coolest thing you've received then? Or most useful?
Most useful. I got a piece of chainmail that someone made out of bottle caps.
What?
I won it in a dice game.
What?
We were playing a dice game right in the middle of the road. Not 20 feet from the actual, there's a casino at Wasteland. We were like, nah, we're just going to play dice in the game. And we were playing a game, and we didn't have any tokens. So we were all just betting with, one guy was betting, he anteed in with a Bowie knife, and one guy threw in a Pop-Tart.
Oh my God.
And this other guy throws in like a piece of 1 foot by 1 foot chainmail that he made out of bottle caps.
What?
And I won that piece of chainmail.
Wow.
It's so cool. Like I would never go through that much work to make chainmail out of bottle caps because I'm lazy.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Wait, but where is it now?
It hooks onto my kilt.
Oh, of course it does.
Yeah, of course it does.
Why did I even ask? That's amazing.
Actually, no, there was a fun gift that someone gave me. It's, I brought my jet ski. And the people who were camping next door, they saw my jet ski and something was missing in their mind. So they snuck over in the night and they replaced my bottle cap with a giant dildo.
Oh my God.
One of those big translucent guys.
Stop it.
Yeah. So it's just like this big like pink jelly dildo.
Oh my God.
That's just stuck in my gas spout right in front of the headlight.
Oh no.
So at night when I'm driving the thing around, the first thing you see is this big dildo.
Oh my God.
Just flopping around with every bump. Perfectly lit with my headlight.
Oh my God.
Dildo gas cap.
Wow. So there are pranks at Wasteland Weekend.
Oh, lots of pranks.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Everyone's formed tribes.
Oh,
so they camp together and they have a unified theme. You can be a tribe and you can be in the center of camp if your tribe looks good.
Yeah. Looks good? Wait. Good?
If your setup if your theme is good. If your camp looks fully themed and people want to see what you've built.
I see. Yeah.
You can be in the center of camp and you can be a main attraction.
But how do they know what your camp's going to look like ahead of time?
Basically, if you can mock up your camp somewhere and take pictures of it, or if you were just there the previous year, you've proved yourself as someone who can build a good camp.
Oh, okay. Well, of course there are social hierarchies. In the
absolutely.
Yeah.
God, it's hilarious.
God.
But there's tribes constantly pranking each other.
Oh my God.
Kidnapping each other's members.
What?
Yeah.
How do they kidnap them?
I mean, it's all in good fun. No one ever gets hurt.
Of course, yeah,
but there's a lot of driving around and grabbing people and shoving them in a van.
That sounds amazing.
and then sending ransom notes.
Oh my God. This feels like a just a live action D&D game.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
There are a lot of D&D players at Wasteland.
Oh, I can imagine. I love D&D. So I was going to say, these sounds like my people.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone pretends to be super tough, but also like they just want to like get around. There are D&D games at Wasteland.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it's great. I don't even know. I've never played, and I keep meaning to, but there's so many other things to do at Wasteland and so many things to see that I haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, and it's a time dedication thing for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bringing a bicycle next year just so I can move around faster and actually get to all the things.
How large is the whole thing spread out? A couple miles, or?
I think the land that they own is 160 acres. Mm-hmm. But I think they're only using like a quarter of that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Plenty of room to expand.
Yeah, I heard desert land is actually pretty affordable.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of mine and I were looking at a land in Joshua Tree. Just really, what does that go for?
Yeah.
And there's a lot, but I'm skeptical because I'm like, what are all the hookups you need so you don't have to be Wasteland weekend every time you go to your plot in Joshua Tree. Just when you choose to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a little plot out in Boron.
Where's Boron?
It's actually pretty close to Wasteland.
Oh, okay.
Turns out my grandfather-in-law, long dead, but he bought land out there because he was like, LA is expanding. This land's going to be valuable.
Aw.
It's not. I'm sorry, but now I've got a place to camp.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Do you camp there for Wasteland, or no, you camp close, like in the whole setup, central?
Yeah, I'm never in the center because my camp is never all that good. That's a lot of effort. Yeah. I'm not into a lot of effort.
How many people are per tribe?
Per tribe. And it could be, I think, anything from 5 or 6 all the way up to like, there's some tribes that are like a few dozen.
Yeah. And if you're going for the first time and you have like 1 or 2 people with you, how do you like join a tribe? Just kind of know people, talk to people in the Facebook group you mentioned, maybe?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. For a first year, I would recommend not joining a tribe just yet.
Okay.
So
you don't have to join a tribe.
Oh, no.
I thought that was
no.
Okay.
Oh no, you don't have to.
Okay.
There's always being in a tribe is great. You've got like a camp that's themed up and lots of really high effort stuff, but that's a lot of labor.
Yeah.
And so someone's always got to hold down the fort because people want to come by and check your shit out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll do it.
Yeah. That sounds amazing. Well, is there anything else people should know about Wasteland Weekend, or that you want to share, or anything at all? Something we missed?
I think the most important thing is like everyone looks terrifying and they're not. Yeah. Everyone just wants to give you barbecue and beer.
Wow.
And just keep that in mind.
That's my kind of event.
It's the best.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Chops.
Glad to be here.
Yeah,
thanks
good
for
to
having
have
me
you.
here.
That's it for this week, super fans. And hey, remember, have fun out there.